Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you. Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 110. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And this week, well, again, we don't really have a lot to discuss, just the two of us, because we have a pretty extensive interview as we thank Tanya Tate and Star Factory PR during the intro here. She had reached out and had given us this performer's name, and it's funny because she was actually on, I don't want to say a short list, but she was definitely on the list of performers that we had followed on social media. And we're really interested in her journey and in really what she's doing. And she didn't disappoint. So when Tanya reached out and said, hey, Elizabeth Skylar would love to be on the show, we jumped at it. And again, yeah, she didn't disappoint.
No, not at all.
Yeah, we had
It was a fun conversation.
It really was. We had a great conversation. We talked a bit prior to recording, and we talked for a good while afterwards as well. And as we reiterated, she is going to be turning heads, has definitely a bright future in this industry ahead of her, and she's loving every minute of it. Her personality, she's outgoing, she's friendly. I actually talked,
even though she doesn't describe herself that way.
No, she did not, and I brought that up in the interview because I saw a lot of her social media posts from AVN, and in those she was the life of the party and having a good time, and yeah, it was a great person to talk to. Definitely worth following. She lists her social medias on the interview, as everyone does. So be sure to give her a follow and enjoy the interview. We're just going to kind of close it out as well. After we finish the interview, we're just going to wind it out. So I think we do want to bring up, as of March 1st, the ASN Lifestyle Magazine Award nominations are opened. You can go to that website and get your nominations in daily.
Hint,
so,
hint.
yes, those are at the end of August.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, in eastern Pennsylvania, in the Poconos. The guys at ASN, we've had them on the show a few times and had some discussions. They do a good job. They're really supporters of the industry, the lifestyle, all sex positive. So, again, the link will be in the show notes for those nominations coming up. And as far as it goes with us, well, we're only about 4 weeks away when this launches from Exotica Chicago, getting our things ready and geared up for the first Exotica of the year. Looks to be a good one. We've seen on some message boards that both host hotels are sold out. Chicago, that's typically not the case.
No.
Because those are large hotels. There's typically rooms, and they're sold out. So looking forward to that coming up here very soon. Be sure to follow us on our social medias, Berg Couple for Fun on Twitter and Instagram, the Bergs on Reddit, Mrs. Berg on Reddit, and the Bergs in the Tub on Facebook.
Is that all of them? It seems to keep growing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have OnlyFans, Berg Couple for Fun, and Mrs. Berg. We are getting to the point of really figuring that out. We had a little bit of a lull. We took off, and then we had a little lull. So we're getting back to that and getting some work done there. And just working on some upcoming things. Been in touch with a few different lifestyle people and industry people. So we got some cool things coming up that we're looking forward to. So.
Anything else?
With cutting the yapping, we're going to get into the
yapping.
Yes. We're going to get into this. Yeah, get into this interview. Still a lot of crazy things going on in the industry. As we say, take care of yourselves. Do not be ashamed to talk, to
ask for help.
Exactly.
Ask for someone to listen.
Yes. We're always a listening ear, as we've shared with performer friends, content creators, just everyday friends. Mm-hmm. Don't be ashamed if you just need someone to talk to. So, in taking care of yourself, finally the weather's breaking, so that helps a little bit as well.
We hope.
Yeah.
One can only hope in Western Pennsylvania.
Yes.
There's about 12 seasons, not 4.
And with that, remember to wrap it before you tap it, lick it before you stick it, and until next time,
we'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.
All right, welcome back in the tub for this week's episode. For this half of our episode, we want to thank Tanya Tate at Star Factory PR for bringing the next guest to the tub to sit and have a conversation with us. From her beginnings in the cam world back in 2020, this beautiful dark-haired vixen with captivating eyes and beautiful look was destined to grow in the industry, and she sure has. Working with studios the likes of Naughty America and Brazzers, gaining award nominations and followers abound, she's sure to continue to grow her brand and fans for year to come. Please welcome the beautiful Elizabeth Skylar. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to sit and share who it is you are and what you're doing with us and with the listeners.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So before we get started, can you let everyone know where they can find you online and on social media?
So I am primarily on OnlyFans. So that's Elizabeth Skylar X. And I am on Twitter. That's Liz_Skylar. I do not have an Instagram. That's like one big question I get asked a lot. The reason I don't is because I have quite a lot of family on Instagram, and I know the algorithms, I just don't even want to deal with that. Yeah. And I also have a mini vids, and that's also Elizabeth Skylar X.
All right. Very good. Well, and the Instagram thing, it from what the reasoning you said, so many other performers we talk to are just like, look, every single, probably 4 to 6 months, they get taken down for no rhyme or reason, and it's more of a hassle. Unfortunately, with that platform, it just seems like it.
Yeah, it's silly to me, and I'm still in a situation where my family does not know what I do, which is, I know it sounds a little bit silly because I'm 33 years old, but it's my little secret life type of thing. And the algorithms on Instagram are insane. And so it's just, I don't, like, my grandma has an Instagram, my mother-in-law has an Instagram. So it's like the last thing I want to do is like put all that info out there. But yeah, everybody says their Instagrams always get taken down or flagged. And I'm like, that's just silly.
Mm-hmm. And ours does, and it's wild from that end. And the same algorithms actually are on Facebook as well. I made that mistake when we started the show. I put, okay, we got to do social media, and I did Facebook. And so on some episodes, we will use promo photos of Mrs. Scantily clad.
No face, though.
Yes, no faces. We've never shown our faces. And I did it, didn't think about it. And literally 2 days later, I had a friend of mine send me a screenshot of the Facebook page and said, and it just had question marks, and I went,
Well, and you friended.
yeah, I friended it
your
with my personal as well.
That's how
okay.
that.
And I was like, oh, and I kind of I was just like, well, yeah, we know those people. And he was like, hey, cool, whatever works. And I'm like, oh shit, all right, I gotta figure this one
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So
And then we also found out that pretty much most of our vanilla friends.
yeah, everybody in the community
Saw
knew.
it.
Yeah, they saw it. And I'm like, look, you know what? I am a week from being 46. I'm at the point where it is me. Here I am. So, but at the same time,
I feel at the same time too.
No, but and again, from your standpoint, totally understand that there are plenty of other platforms to find you and see you, and that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that on Twitter.
No, not at. I actually had a friend of mine the other day. I was at the cigar lounge and I was doing some work for the show, and I had Twitter up, and this guy looked and he goes, "What's it? That's Twitter?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You can put that stuff on Twitter?" I'm like, "Yeah." Where have you been? He's like,
under a rock.
he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I got to get a Twitter." And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so as we kind of start and dig in and find out a little bit about you. So as you said in the bio, you started camming back in 2020. So what sparked that? Hey, let me give this a try. Let me see what this is all about.
So, the pandemic hit and my kids were put out of school, which I was like so not okay with. I was like, wait a minute. Because initially it was like, they're like, oh, they're going to be out of school for 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks turned into a month. And then a month turned into 2 months. And then it was like indefinitely. And then I was like, oh my God. So I was able to find a daycare, I guess you could call it, or like a school that was able to take them. But then I found myself, I'm like, what do I do? Because the gyms are closed. Everything was closed. And so my husband's friend was like, hey, have you ever heard of Chatterbait? And so he kind of did his research for a while, and then he pitched the idea to me. And I was like, well, I love that idea. Like, I'd love to do that. So while my kids were at this daycare, I did that. I started doing that during the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
it was very successful because no one had anything to do. So like everybody was collectively online and, was bored with their stimulus checks and
and they're like, we've talked to quite a few people. I mean, that was the explosion of the cam and the OnlyFans and the pandemic, because yes, as you said, people were at home sitting on their computer. And what else do you do? And we've talked on past episodes that actually became a boom in the ethical non-monogamous and the swingers world as well. As the pandemic opened up, because people were sitting, they were on their computers, they were searching, they were bored, they were like, I kind of thought about this before, but they had time to sit and look.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, and I always tell people I got on the OnlyFans train late. I wish I would have gone on earlier. I started like in the beginning of 2021, my OnlyFans.
Okay.
And I should have started earlier because people were making a killing like really early on.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, damn it. But yeah, no, it's crazy how many people were online and like OnlyFans. I didn't even know what OnlyFans was in 2020. And everybody's like, when I was camming, people were like, do you have an OnlyFans? Do you have an OnlyFans? I'm like, what is that? And then yeah.
And here we are, and it's funny that you say that because we kind of thought about that for a long time, and we actually literally, it was probably 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just do it, let's get let's start our OnlyFans. Let's start a loyal fans. What the hell? What do we got to lose?
Yeah.
But you still see people growing there, and from your end, it shows the success that you had in, on Chatterbait to go to the OnlyFans. And did you foresee the progression that you've had at that point?
No. So when I was camming, I started an OnlyFans, and it was kind of like, I only had like a few fans.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did my first show with Jack and Jill, who are a huge couple on Chatterbait. They are the biggest couple on Chatterbait. And the second I did a show with them, my OnlyFans blew up.
Okay.
And I went from camming to not camming and solely focusing on my OnlyFans because of that.
Sure.
That's how much it blew up. Which I was really excited about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I loved camming, it was kind of a pain in the ass for me personally, because I would have to set everything up. As soon as I put my kids in daycare, I'd have to set everything up, mic, lighting, all my toys, get ready, cam, and then put everything away, because I don't have an extra spare room in my house that I can lock up.
Sure.
So I would have to do that every single day.
Wow.
And so OnlyFans, you don't have to do that. And I love OnlyFans because you can create your own hours, do what you need to do. So that's, so I stopped camming, but every once in a while I'll go back on and do it.
Yeah, just to break it up, just to have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
Nice. So from your OnlyFans, is that where you kind of said, okay, let me get to the mainstream, or, were you approached?
Yeah. So, no offense to my husband, but, doing content with your husband over and over and over again, it gets boring for your fans.
Mm-hmm.
And, you got to always keep these fans on their toes. It's got to always be something new and different and fresh. And so I started learning from people that I became acquainted with in the industry. Everybody's like, oh, you got to start collabing with people and creating content for your OnlyFans. So that's what I started doing, is I started collabing with porn stars and selling that content on my OnlyFans. It wasn't until July of last year, so July of 2023. Well, in June of 2023, I reached out to Naughty America on Twitter. And I thought, what do I have to lose? The worst thing they can say is no. And I said, hey, I'm used to getting tested. I regularly get tested. I would love to work for you guys. And they reached out to me. So in July of 2023 was when I did my first Naughty America shoot. And the rest is history.
and that's great. And again, like you said, what do you got to lose? Go for it.
Yeah.
You made that kind of leap and that ask, the simple ask, and here it is. And your OnlyFans at that point showed the success. And wow, I mean, it's awesome that, hey, here you are.
Yep. Yeah. Naughty America has been great. I always tell people my loyalty is to Naughty America because they gave me a chance.
Sure.
I was a nobody. I was a free agent at the time. I wasn't part of an agency, and I just reached out, and that was it. So I was really, really excited about that. When I got that email, I was like, no frickin' way. I called my husband. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. So yeah, it's been great.
Awesome.
And what was his reaction?
Oh, he was so excited. My husband's very, very supportive. My husband helps me a lot with my social media, and he's like the go-getter, and I'm kind of more of believe it or not, the more shy person that I'm like, oh, I'm scared to reach out to that person. And my husband convinces me otherwise, and it's like, hey, again, what do you have to lose? And and so yeah, he's been great.
Hey, that kind of sounds like us, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just do it. What the heck? And it's, as you said, you're the more shy and reserved, and that it's funny because we've been following you on social media for a while and following your career, and I've seen some of the reels and some of the videos that you've put out, at AVN and everything, and the liveliness, the openness that you have, that you put on there was just, hey, that bubbly personality and just out having fun. So,
Yeah.
the other thing I will say, and that really stuck out to me on social media, you are very much hugely supportive of other performers.
Yes.
I don't see that a lot here and there, but the one thing that I noticed going through your Twitter timeline is the retweets and the supports of the community and
Yes.
other performers.
Yeah. Exactly. If I like you and you've been nice to me and you've been supportive of me, I'll support you back. So I constantly am retweeting Naughty America or anybody who's been nice to me or I've had a nice interaction with, collab wise, or been on set with. I always retweet their stuff. I'm a big retweeter.
But it is great, and we've talked in the past as well about the family, the industry as a family and as a community, and that support network that really is so important. And yes, you see it here and there, but again, that was just something that really stuck out to me. I'm like, wow. You were hugely supportive of other performers and other talent.
Yes. Yeah, and it's crazy, before getting into this industry, I had a preconceived notion of what these people were like, and I thought that they were going to be very intimidating and snotty and rude, and that's not at all the case. Everybody that I've come across so far has been very sweet, supportive, professional, willing to help you out. And I always tell people at the end of the day, we're all the same. We piss the same, we bleed the same. So, it's like, but yeah, everybody's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, and even for us, starting with conventions and stuff like that, and just being, the couple next door.
Yeah.
And being welcomed and, having some great friends now that is still a little mind-blowing in some senses.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and again, that's great to, as you're part of that and to help support others.
Yeah.
Because, and everybody needs that. We talk a lot about mental health and mental well-being.
Yeah.
And the support network is very important in that. So as you kind of grew and, within your career, what have you kind of discovered about yourself? And going back to that mental health and, maybe struggling and finding out how to stay balanced because it's so important.
I always, I've learned to really go with your gut instinct. If something doesn't feel right or you don't feel right physically or mentally, I tell people, don't do it. And I try not to overwork myself in this industry. I get overwhelmed really easily. That's another thing that I've noticed about myself is I get overwhelmed super easily. I know there's a lot of people that can take a high workload. I cannot do that. I have enough going on in my personal life as a mom and as a wife and everything. And that's one thing that I'm trying to balance is I think that once my family does find out, or if I tell my family, I think it'll put a big load off my shoulders, take a big load off my shoulders, because I feel like I live this double life. I have to lie to people all the time. So that creates a big weight for my mental health. Like I just like my sister was over here about 2 hours ago, and I had to tell her like, oh, like I'm gonna go to bed early, like I didn't sleep well because like she doesn't know what's going on and that I have an interview with you guys, a podcast with you guys. So she's like, so it's kind of hard, but yeah, that's like one thing is that always replays in my head over and over is I'm like, oh my God, what are people going to really think of this? Like when they find out or if I tell them, but mental health is a big thing for me, big thing. I tell people if it doesn't feel right or if you feel overwhelmed, like don't do it. I know that's not as it's easier said than done, but
but if you stay true to that and know yourself, and again, you're right. It is hard to be like, yeah, I'm not going to overwork myself, and then you find yourself just buried, and you're like, oh. Yeah. All right, here I am. Yeah, now I'm buried in a hole trying to get out because I have so much. And it's an industry, unfortunately, that you don't hear it talked about, and then when something tragic happens, you hear it talked about. Unfortunately there've been some of that happening over the last few weeks, few months.
Yes.
And it's devastating to hear. And then it's, oh, well, we got to talk about this. But there is a lot of reactive rather than proactive. And it takes so many people to really be proactive in that.
Yeah, no, it's so sad, especially like I feel like this last 2 months, like we just got hit with a lot. This industry got hit with a lot of tragic stuff. And I love that there is avenues like Pineapple Support.
Yes, great company.
With that kind of stuff. I love that. I love that they were going around AVNs and telling people like, oh, we have like a little like meditation place upstairs and people that you can talk to. I love that. And like a big thing for me is most of these people in this industry, they can't talk to every Joe Schmo about what happened on set that day or this or that. And I think that's like what happens to people is they just don't have anybody to talk to. And then, I always tell people like, just like talking relieves so much stuff. Like my husband does not understand that. Like, that's why I always talk to people I just like unload on people about my mental health. 'Cause I don't know, it's important.
and again, for you saying that, just being able to talk, as we've found, and again, we were on vacation this past summer, and we had dinner with a performer that we've become friends with. And we literally just sat and talked for 4.5 hours. And it was just, as friends, it was like a stress relieving to open up.
It feels good.
Yeah, and she had later made the comment because our son was with us. Now, our son's 19, so he knows about
18.
this end of the podcast.
Yeah, he was 18.
Yeah, he was 18
at the
then.
time, yeah.
He knows about this end of the podcast, so he knew what she did, but it still wasn't. We just had a great conversation, and she made a comment about that we were comfortable enough to bring him into her life, and we just sat there and had a conversation and shot the shit.
Yeah.
And even at conventions, we do the Exotica conventions.
Okay.
Over here on the East Coast and out in Chicago. And what we've started to do is on Saturday night of the convention, we've opened up our hotel room to performers, to friends, and said, hey, look, let's just relax afterwards. There's some snacks, there's some drinks, there's some whatever. Just sit back, relax, unwind, and have a conversation, not about the last 10 hours standing on the show floor.
Yeah.
And we've had performers come in and they're like, this is just so mind clearing. Because you can talk to people not worry about judgment, not worry about anything, just have a conversation.
Yeah. No, I say that to my husband all the time. Like I'll say it to him often. There'll be a time where I'm like, I cannot talk about porn right now. Like I got to talk about something else and something to get my mind out, because it's just after a while it's just so overwhelming. It's just like all, so, and he gets that now. It's like in the beginning I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like we need to talk about something else.
and
even if it's just something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love, like, that's what I was like. I just had a conversation with my sister about like dumb stuff, like the Victorian ages. We were just like talking just like about like stuff like that. Like that to me is a stress reliever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I read about and everybody makes fun of me. I read about history at night, like European history. Like that's like my little stress reliever, and everybody makes fun of me and they're like, what? I'm like, I don't know, it's just my thing. Like
yeah.
I don't do drugs. I read about Henry VIII.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with always learning too. Hey,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what keeps our minds young.
Yeah. Well, the support network of, as you said, your husband is, that is so big.
So important.
Yeah, and great from that standpoint. So
Yeah.
outside of talking, what's, do you have activities that you
Hobbies or
enjoy
anything?
doing that's stress relief?
Oh boy. So I love to shop. Quintessential female over here. I love to shop, whether it's online or in a store. And I love to decorate. So I'm a big holiday decorator or just interior decorator just in general. I'm always buying stuff for the house or doing crafts or DIYs or something. I have so much holiday stuff that my husband had to build me sheds on either side of the house for all my shit that I have. All my Christmas stuff. So I have a 12-foot Christmas tree, and it takes me a couple days to put up like all my Christmas stuff, like just on my tree. Just on my tree. The other stuff, it takes me about another week.
Wow. Okay.
So
bad.
We put up the tree and you're like, okay, I think there's enough ornaments on it now. Are we done yet?
and
people come in and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, and I was big on the village and the train set for Christmas, but like this past year, literally, when did we put the Christmas tree up? Christmas Eve? I think it
was a couple days before.
It was
very close. Yes.
Yeah, it was like, oh, the nieces and nephews are coming over. I guess we have to put up a Christmas tree.
Right. But then
I put mine up November 1st. So all my Halloween stuff goes down, which I have a lot of Halloween stuff. I have Department 56, like I collect all the Disney Halloween stuff. So I have like Nightmare Before Christmas. I have the Haunted Mansion. I have all that stuff.
Oh, nice.
I have a spooky tree. So I have like an old, like black, just like branch tree. And I have a bunch of Halloween ornaments. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. So then all that stuff goes down and all my Christmas stuff goes up because I'm a big village collector for Christmas too.
Yeah.
So I love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah.
So I have all the pieces for that.
Oh, nice.
I continue to collect. So I have all that. It's out of control. It's so bad. Like everybody's like, Jesus, when they come into our house, it's
yeah, and this year
we didn't do village and stuff this year because we we got a four-legged addition to our family 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
is it a cat or a dog?
a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
I
he's
want a dog
turning
so
he's
bad.
turning out to be a very, very large puppy.
Yeah, seriously.
He's a Black Lab and Great Dane mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a
he's-
Frenchie so bad. But they're just so expensive, and I'm truthfully, because I'm in this industry, I'm never home. Like,
Yeah.
like the next few days, I'm gonna be gone tomorrow. I'm gonna be gone on Friday. I'm gonna be gone on Saturday. I'm gonna be gone on Thursday. Yeah, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna be gone.
Yeah, and that was always our thing. We traveled so much with sports and everything as our son growing up, and now he's in college, but he's at home for college, and it was like, oh, and I'm like, whatever, it's your call. So yeah, he is 16 weeks old, 17 weeks old.
He's 5
Okay.
months.
Okay,
He's
and
like 20 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and he
Probably
is
about-
almost 70 pounds.
Yeah, between 60 and 70
Holy
pounds.
shit.
Yeah,
He's a moose.
yeah.
Yeah. And another thing is I'm a clean freak. I love to clean. Speaking of things that I like to do outside of porn, I love to clean. It's a cathartic thing for me. I love it. And so having a dog in the house would freak me out. It's enough with kids.
She
So-
would have loved the living room floor when his thing is shredding cardboard boxes like
Oh, okay. Well,
like the
that's not
food
bad.
boxes and stuff. Oh, but he'll shred them down to like little bitty.
Yeah, quarter-size
like,
pieces. He doesn't
were
eat them. He just
everywhere.
shreds and throws it around and chases it around, and then he walks away. And I'm like,
Gosh.
he loves our trips to Costco more than we do because we come home with a bunch of boxes.
Yep. It's heaven for him.
But he's not chewing on us when he's playing with the box.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'd rather him chew on the box than anything else. So hey,
Yeah,
there we
like
go.
the furniture. Yeah.
but yeah.
So, as you talked a little bit earlier about AVN, so was that your first convention?
That was my XBiz was my first convention.
Okay.
Which was literally the weekend before, which
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know why they do that. I don't get it. So
It's
that
insanity.
was my first convention. And then next week was AVN. So, and I was there. I was at AVN's from Tuesday till Sunday.
The whole stretch.
Yeah. And everybody was like, "Are you okay? Like, we're on day 2, we're on day 3. Like, how are you holding in there?" And I'm like, what is everybody talking about? And then towards the end, I was like, okay, like I was tired. I was overwhelmed, and then I ended up getting really sick.
I was just going to ask if you avoided the avian flu or if you got the avian flu. Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I got home and I was like, yes, like I didn't get anything. And then a couple days later, I got the flu. I ended up getting fever, chills, and then I got this horrible sinus infection, which I don't usually get sinus infections because my septum has been repaired. I've had a septoplasty, and then I don't have adenoids. I don't have tonsils, and it was so bad. Like I was in so much pain, and I finally went to the doctors, and he was like, "Why did you wait so long to come in?" He was like, "This is a horrible infection." So I was on antibiotics for a week or almost 2 weeks, and that was horrific because I don't do well with antibiotics. So.
Yeah. And we've heard about the flu, and so we've as we talked prior, and earlier we do the Exotica conventions, and we've been doing them since 2017, I think 2016. 15, okay. I'm dating myself. And I literally I was always great. Literally last year in DC, 3 days after DC, I couldn't get out of bad. I was like, what in the... And we had talked to a great friend of ours, a performer, and she was always like, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. And
2 days after you, she
and Mrs. sent her a picture. I was literally in bed in a hoodie under 3 blankets. I was chills, like you said. And she laughed. She's like, see, there, now you're experiencing it. And literally 2 days later, she sent a text and was like, shit, I got it. It's not fun.
It's not fun. And I feel like I'm always, well, I'm not getting as sick as I used to be, but when I first started out doing collabs with people, especially when you're doing oral sex, like I was always getting some sort of sore throat, some sort of strep throat situation, and I was like, is this ever going to end? And it does. Like you start to become immune to stuff, but yeah, AVNs really slapped me across the face. That was not fun. And like I was like walking around, like I was shopping, and I was like, I just don't freaking feel good. And yeah, so I take lots of vitamins, lots of probiotics. I have a regimen every single day, and that usually works for the most part.
Yeah.
So.
And something like AVN and the size, and again, Tuesday through Sunday, that's just a whole nother world. That's a whole nother, exposed to just insane stuff. And as you said, through the collabs, I think after the pandemic, people literally, they were in their houses for 6 months, 8 months, whatever, and you lose immunity to anything. So then when you got out, a lot of people were getting sick because, well, they were out around germs. That they were sheltered in place for so long because of that. So,
yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, the whole, yeah, exactly. It was that, and that's why people started collabing, is because sets were shut down.
Yes,
So people started collabing, which, if people were getting, like, I get regularly tested, it was nice because they still test for COVID.
Yeah.
And so it's nice. You're like, okay, good. I don't have COVID. I don't have COVID. But yeah, their immunities were so bad. So in the very beginning, I was just like, I was constantly getting sick.
Oh.
There was one time I had, I thought it was COVID at the time. So I had gone and done a foursome, and I was supposed to fly out of where I was working at, and my flight ended up getting canceled. So I was like, screw it, I need to get home. I drove home. It was in Vegas, so it's like a 4-hour drive from where I am. And as I was on my way home, it was an exhausting day. It was like a 12-hour day of doing this thing. And I just started not feeling good. And like my ribs, I was like, what is going on? Like I thought, and I ended up getting super sick. And I thought it was COVID. And it ended up being, I had a blood test later on, and ended up being mono.
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you got the Epstein-Barr virus in your system. I was like, there's no way. I've never had mono. They're like, yeah, it's in your system. So, that explains, like, it was the worst sore throat I've ever had in my life. I thought it was COVID, and it was not COVID. It was, and I'm telling, like, 10 out of 10 pain scale sore throat.
Oh, wow.
Like, I've never had that before in my life. Like, I was crying to the doctor. I had Kaiser at the time, which, thank God I don't have them. And they were like, well, there's nothing we can do for you.
Oh, gosh.
They didn't give me anything. Like, I hadn't slept in days. I couldn't eat. I couldn't swallow. I'm like, oh my God. Like, yeah. Yeah. Awful.
Oh. So outside of the flu afterwards, how was the AVN experience for you?
I loved it. It was so much fun. So I got to sign for Naughty America, which was great. So I did that every single day for like 3 hours, which, like, it seems like a lot, but it goes by so quick. You're meeting so many people, and you're taking pictures and you're signing. It goes by like that. But I loved it. Everybody was so sweet, and it was a great experience being at the Naughty America booth. That was the first time they had been back at AVNs in, I forget what someone said, but it's been a while. Like,
oh, nice,
definitely a few years. So that was really cool. And just seeing everybody was almost like a big family reunion. I was like, hey. But yeah, I definitely got hungover a couple times being over there. Well, because I did dry January. I was like, yeah, dry January. And then I started drinking and I picked up where I left off, and that was not a good decision. So one of the days I had to sign in the morning, and I got my hair and my makeup done, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God. Like, someone gave me a Zofran and an IV immediately. Like, it was so bad. And I made it through. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do it again next year.
Nice. Have you considered any other conventions?
Yeah, I want to do Exotica. I want to go to the Exotica in Miami, but I heard it's in the summertime, and I heard it's like,
and it's funny that you say that, because we have been asked so many times about Exotica Miami. That is the one we do not do. We're going to do Chicago, which now is 5 weeks from now. We do New Jersey. New Jersey is the largest one.
Everybody says that's the best one.
New Jersey, by far, it is the largest. Chicago's not far behind.
Right.
They all have their positives. The biggest thing, New Jersey, there's not much to do outside of the convention. Like, there's no restaurants or anything in the immediate area. Chicago's great. We've been doing DC. Miami, yes, it is in the end of July or the beginning of August in Miami. And we hear goods and bads. And I've been straightforward with people. I'm a white guy from north of the Mason-Dixon line. It is way too hot in Miami in July and August for me.
That's
sorry.
a different kind of hot.
Yes, that's a whole different world.
You know, like desert heat, I can totally, like, I can take that. Like Las Vegas, I can do 120-something degree heat all day long. But that kind of heat, and my husband's family used to have a house in Florida, and he goes, going to Florida in the summertime is a death sentence. He goes, it's so bad. It's just like,
the humidity is what kills it. My parents lived in Florida for about 9 years. Mrs. Father lives in Florida now, still to this day. And it's funny because he's like, it's more than Africa hot. And you get to 90% humidity and 100 degrees. You sweat from places you didn't think you can sweat from.
oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's crazy.
Right. Let alone trying to breathe.
We had a friend that got married in Cancun during hurricane season, so it was Labor Day. So she got married like right in the beginning of September. I thought I was gonna die. It was like the second you go outside, your glasses fog up. You're just profusely sweating.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my God, I'm probably going to be so dehydrated from all the sweating that I'm doing. It's insane. Like, I don't know how people do that. I don't know how people get used to that.
I couldn't imagine it. And like I said, that's just one thing. I'm like, we will not do Miami. We'll stay with the northern ones. Yes. Chicago is at the beginning of April.
Weather can go either way.
We could go to Chicago and it could be 80 degrees or it could be 8 inches of snow. You never know. New Jersey and DC towards the end of the year, it could be the same way. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm fine. It's funny because there is someone that works for an agent that we've known actually since the first Exotica we went to, and he remembered me from then. Because I'll have shorts on in the snow all the time. It doesn't bother me.
My husband.
Yeah. And even to this day, he laughs about it when we talk to him. So, and I'm like, and he's like, and he always has a beanie on. He always has long pants, always has a jacket on. And I'm like, well, And he's literally is from Pennsylvania originally.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, I'm bundled up. He's like, you're outside smoking a cigar in shorts and it's snowing. You're out of your mind. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, my husband and I will go to the Sierra Nevadas a lot. We love going up there. And my husband, it'll be like 5 degrees and my husband's wearing shorts and there's like tons of snow. Like a lot of people think because we're from California that Californians don't experience snow, and if you're in central or northern California, there's a lot of snow. Like Mammoth last year had record snowfall. I think it was it was insane. Like I think it was like 700 or close to 800 inches of snowfall.
And I was going to say, I think I had a friend that went out there, I want to say in May, and was still skiing at Mammoth.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think
they didn't close their slopes till July.
Yeah. He was like, dude, he's like, it's like the end of May. He's like, and the snow was still great out here. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, we'll go up there and go snowshoeing. The lakes are fully frozen over, so you can walk on them.
Oh wow!
Although I don't do that because I'm completely paranoid that I'm going to fall through the ice. It's my luck that would happen. But yeah, we love going up there. That's
nice. Awesome. Well, and again, yeah, Miami's definitely the time of the year. The other exoticas, yeah, if you have the opportunity to come out east, New Jersey is a great, is a great time, a great convention.
That's what everybody kept saying to me at AVNs. Like everybody was coming up to me going, "Oh, you should do the New Jersey Exotica." So I might have to do that. Because that's close to New York City. I love New York City. You are people out there.
Literally, it's a 20-minute Uber ride, 25-minute Uber ride into Manhattan.
Okay.
Edison is that close, and there's a lot of the after parties that they will do at Sapphires in New York and different clubs in New York, because it is so close. Yeah, and we have some friends that live in the city. They're like, we jump in an Uber. It's 25 minutes here, and it's like $40.
Wow.
So, it definitely is that close. And we've always, it's a drive for us. Like, we can get to Edison in 4.5 hours.
Okay, that's not bad.
So yeah, we are there every year. It's always a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always driving to Vegas, so like everybody's like, "Oh my God, you drive to Vegas?" I'm like, "It's only 3.5-4 hours. Like that's not bad."
Yeah.
I rather drive than fly because if you go from Burbank to Las Vegas, it used to be called McCarran. Now it's something else.
Yeah, they changed the name. I actually saw that last year when we were on vacation in Vegas. I was like, it's not McCarran anymore.
I'm trying to think. My sister lives in Vegas, and she just flew from there to Arizona and posted like on Facebook that she was flying.
Yeah, the name of the airport.
And now I can't remember what it is.
It's after someone.
Yeah, it still is. But the thing is, actually, like I'm sure you're about to say that the time. What is it from LA to Vegas in the air is probably a half hour, 40 minutes. Yeah. But you got to be at the airport an hour and a half to 2 hours before you this, you that. I was just talking to somebody regarding work, and I said, look, if I can drive somewhere in 4 hours, I'll do that because it's going to take at least 5 hours dealing with an airport to get there. Or the same amount of time. And guess what? Now I don't have a rental car. I have my own car. I'd rather hop in a car and go.
Air travel makes me super nervous.
Okay.
I don't like flying. I don't like people on airplanes. People get freaking weird when they go to airports. They start acting bizarre. Like I actually one time took a flight to Vegas. This was in 2017 or 2016, and I witnessed a woman being hogtied off the airplane because she was so unruly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. But yeah, by the time you get there, by the time you park, by the time you go through security, it's pretty much the same amount of time.
Yeah.
And always my it's either delayed or canceled. And I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
So, and flying to Vegas in the summertime is hell on earth for me because you're just like this the whole way.
Yeah, the heating up and over the mountains and everything.
Oh
yeah.
my God. It's the worst thing ever. It's like you're free falling. It's like you're on the worst amusement park ride that won't ever end. And, at least for me, I start to shake. I break out in a cold sweat and I'm like, no. So I rather drive.
Yeah. Nice.
And your luggage is going to get there when you do.
Right. Exactly.
So as we kind of wind down this conversation, can you share what the future might hold, or what is your vision for the future, and maybe something that maybe soon to come?
So I just signed with an agency. I just signed with East Coast Talent.
Nice. So, we know those guys over there.
Yes. John's amazing. So I signed with them. And so I just recently did a big scene, but I can't say anything about it. I was told to be very tight-lipped. So it was a couple weeks ago, but I can't say anything. But I am like beyond excited, over the moon that I got the opportunity to do something like this.
Nice.
So I'm so excited.
So keep an eye on Twitter. Follow Twitter.
Keep an eye on Twitter.
There it is. Follow the Twitter, and you'll eventually hear it.
Yes. I keep going on their website and I'm like checking, but I know they would give me all my photos and all my promo material first, but I don't know. I'm very excited. I would love to do more Browsers work. I got to do my first Browsers scene in August, and I absolutely fell in love with Browsers and the people I got to work with. And more Naughty America scenes, because of course I love working for them. And then my big thing is I want to do Penthouse. Not so much scenes for them, but I really want to do a centerfold for Penthouse. I want to be a Penthouse pet. Like, that's my big goal.
Awesome. Nice.
Hopefully I get to do that.
Well, and again, as we had said early on, the path you have gone on, and as quickly as you have created a name, you've turned heads. The sky's the limit. Yes. Just from sitting here and having a conversation today, you will without a doubt be on those ballots and the nominations and awards for a year to come.
Oh, yes, I hope so.
So it is great. As we kind of close, can you one more time let everyone know where they can find you online and on social media?
So social media, I just have Twitter. It's Liz_Skylar. And then I have an OnlyFans, that's Elizabeth Skylar X. I also have an Extra Naughty account. That is part of Naughty America. They launched an app kind of similar to OnlyFans, and that's also Elizabeth Skylar X. And then ManyVids, which is also Elizabeth Skylar X. So.
All right. Very good. Well, we truly appreciate the time that you took with us. This has been fun.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you as well, and have a great evening. And if you make it to New Jersey, we look forward to getting the opportunity to meet you in person.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good night.
You too.